What if the first alien message was already answered, and we didn't even notice? For decades, we've scanned the heavens, listening for a sign, a whisper from the cosmos. But what if the call came, and we simply missed the reply? What if the most profound event in human history is not a future discovery, but a forgotten echo? It was August 15, 1977, at the Big Ear Radio Observatory in Ohio. The night was still. The giant telescope, a silent sentinel, combed the starfields, its massive dish aimed at the heart of the Sagittarius constellation. Inside the control room, machines hummed their steady rhythm, printing endless reams of data, a river of cosmic static. It was a night like any other, until it wasn't. Suddenly, in the stream of random numbers, a pattern emerged, something impossible. A signal so clear, so powerful it seemed to scream from the void. On duty was astronomer Jerry Emin. Days later, reviewing the printouts, his eyes caught the anomaly. A sequence of characters, 6EQ-UJ5, a spike in the data so far beyond the background noise. He grabbed a red pen, circled the code, and in the margin wrote a single astonished word: "Wow." So, what was this signal that left a seasoned astronomer breathless? For 72 seconds, the Big Ear telescope was locked onto a narrow-band radio burst. Imagine the universe as a chaotic orchestra, with every star and galaxy playing its own noisy instrument. Suddenly, for just over a minute, a single, pure note cut through the static. This wasn't the random hiss of space. It was a signal at 1420 MHz, a frequency rarely produced by natural cosmic events. The intensity of the signal rose and fell in a perfect bell curve, exactly as you'd expect from a fixed source being scanned by the telescope's beam. It was clean, it was structured, it looked intelligent. The scientific community was stunned. The WOW signal shouldn't exist. Natural phenomena that produce radio waves like pulsars or quasars are broad spectrum. Every conventional theory was proposed, and every single one was dismantled by the data. The signal was a ghost in the machine, a perfect anomaly that defied every attempt to explain it away. Decades passed, science marched on. We built more powerful computers, developed sophisticated new algorithms, and mapped the sky with unprecedented accuracy. And with every technological leap, we returned to that 72-second recording from 1977. Scientists across the globe reanalyzed the data, hoping to find a flaw, an error, anything to solve the puzzle. But they found the opposite. The more technology we gained, the stranger the signal became. It wasn't an instrument glitch, it wasn't a calculation error. The data was real. The signal was real, and it was more mysterious than ever. So if it wasn't from Earth, where did it come from? The Big Ear telescope had two receivers, slightly offset. The signal was detected in only one of them, which allowed astronomers to narrow its origin to one of two small patches of sky in the constellation Sagittarius, near a star group called Chi Sagittarius. This region of space is dense with stars, but our focus turned to a few specific candidates. In that direction lie sun-like stars, some of which could harbor planetary systems. We gazed at these distant suns, imagining alien worlds orbiting in the dark worlds of unknown color, of strange geology, of possible life. Did the signal emanate from one of them? Was it a message from a civilization looking out at their own night sky, wondering if they were alone? Here, the mystery deepens. If it was an intelligent signal, why did it never happen again? In the days and months following the discovery, Jerry Emin and his colleagues aimed the Big Ear back at that exact spot in the sky. They listened, and they heard nothing. Since then, more powerful telescopes, from the Very Large Array to the SETI Institute's dedicated instruments, have spent thousands of hours staring into that same celestial coordinate. The result has always been the same: absolute silence. The terrifying implication began to sink in. If it was an intelligent source, it might have been a one-time message, a single fleeting broadcast, not meant to be a conversation but a declaration. A message in a bottle thrown into the cosmic ocean, meant to be found only once. This leads us to a profound, almost forbidden theory. What if the WOW signal wasn't a message at all, but a test? A cosmic ping from an advanced civilization, briefly turning on a powerful beacon to see if anyone out there was listening. Imagine a distant world, perhaps billions of years older than our own, a civilization that has mastered interstellar communication. They might not be shouting hello into the void, but instead, sending out a single, powerful pulse, a handshake, a beacon to say, "We are here." Or perhaps, in a more somber scenario, it was a final message from a dying civilization, a last gasp of consciousness sent out into the eternal darkness, a cosmic eulogy, floating through space for millennia. But there's one more clue, a detail so significant it feels like the final reveal in a grand cosmic mystery. The frequency of the WOW signal was 1420 MHz to a physicist. This isn't just a random number. This is the hydrogen line. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, and it naturally emits a faint radio signal at this exact frequency. Because of this, scientists have long theorized that if an intelligent species wanted to send a message across the stars, they would choose this universal, unmistakable marker. It's like a cosmic water cooler, a shared meeting point on the vast radio dial that any technologically capable civilization would recognize. They weren't just shouting, they were shouting in a language they knew we should understand. The signal was at the right place, it was at the right frequency, it had the right structure, and it has never been seen again. Maybe the universe has already spoken to us. Maybe that single, 72-second whisper from the stars was the answer to our oldest question. Maybe we are not alone, and maybe the silence of space isn't silence at all. It's just the sound of us not being ready to listen. The signal is gone, but the question it left behind will haunt us, forever glowing in the dark. Just like those 6 simple characters, 6EQUJ5. Thanks for watching.